Before the world sees your wins, your soul has to feel your work. It's the reps nobody applauds that produce the wins that do, all through a shifting of your identity into a dominator. This is all done in the dark every single day. So let me be your guide as I welcome you to this episode of the Dark Work Daily. Yo, great day, man. We're back in my old studio, which is we're gonna use this stuff like the next month until I'm actually able to completely move this to my new place. But this is the storm that is. Well, it's part of the discussion. This is a storm I'm in that I didn't expect to be in that just showed up on my doorstep as my wife. She does this, man. She has these ideas she wants to like navigate. But I love it. I love a happy wife. I love the life she's helped us create. No part of me is like, I don't want to do this. Like the move was not ideal, but not bad. It's a great thing. But there's a reason why. And I want to talk about that today because I believe we all have storms in life. There's actually, if you look at right now, the Northwest, there's a whole lot of Midwest, there's a whole lot of tornadoes that have been going through places, a lot of things and uprooted. These storms, and when they come in life, like they could be coming. You know that there's storms that are on the horizon somewhere, but you never know if the storms are to hit your front door, like ever. And when storms are going to come, like the actual physical storms in life, we'll call it not just life, but like Mother Nature, these storms don't give a warning. They don't tell you to get prepared. They don't give you a heads up. It's just this is a storm. And all of a sudden the storm hits, and a storm checks your preparedness. It determines whether or not you were actually prepared properly or if you were just hanging out, not really dialed in. Those people who are prepared, they have the most ability to have success. And you see it all the time. Those who batten the hatches and put boards on the windows and they, prepare the house, they've got food tucked away, like they survive the storms. They survive them well sometimes. But those who don't. Those who are not navigating them or preparing themselves for it, the storm comes and it uproots them and carries them across town. It's not a good thing to be in. And our lives are riddled with storms every day. Some big, some small, some are, tiny little tornadoes you can see, picking up speed, never touch down. But then there's some you see that are taking up houses and throwing houses across the counties, and these things happen. And the reality for me is the fact that you have to see how you're prepared for the storm. That's it. And preparation for a storm in Mother Nature is going to be the house being prepared and windows, everything locked up. But the storms in life, they're different. The storms in life, they come out of nowhere in ways you don't even know they're coming. And then all of a sudden, a storm in your marriage. All of a sudden, there's a storm in your business. All of a sudden, there's a storm in something with your kids taking place at school. Ask me about that. I got a lot of stories there. Sometimes these storms, they pop up in places we didn't expect. But on top of that, when they pop up, we haven't done any work in advance to make sure that the storm doesn't throw us into the ethers and then we die, right? The storms that we are going to have in our lives, we can prepare for. And most of the preparation isn't always preparing for that specific storm because you don't know what kind of storm's coming, but it's preparing your mind, your heart, your emotional stability. It's preparing those things in these real times, using situations that pop up every day as sharpening stones. So when the big storm comes, you got it. Like when the world shut down completely, that was scary for a lot of folks. All of a sudden, there's quite literally nowhere to go, nowhere to do anything that's gonna, I don't know, essentially like, give you a sense of stability. It's just this craziness all over the world. And some folks were prepared and some weren't. I'm honestly thankful we were prepared for this, not from a standpoint of everything, but like I was the one who heard the early warnings about stuff and toilet paper disappearing. I got toilet paper, not a whole bunch. I didn't go taking everybody's toilet paper, but I got toilet paper. I got paper towels. I bought food. I started stacking up, and my best friend Jay's like, "You're tripping, Aunt. It's crazy." I go, "Dude, the world's gonna shut down." No, it's not. I'm telling you, you go get some things, and then sure enough, I convinced him, and he's in line. He was in line at the store to get food when he heard the whole world was being shut down. He's like, "Bro, I'm thankful I listened to you." He like showed a picture of him in line outside the building. I go, "I told you, you're a couple days late, but like I stocked up. We had a whole pantry full of food stocked up, and I'm thankful I was right." But I prepared for the storm. And then when the storm hit, my wife, my kids, we were also prepared, meaning we had spent time developing relationships. So when we were locked in together, we were good. We had things to do and places that we could explore and we could have fun together as a family. We were prepared for that storm in a good way. And so when you start thinking of the storms in life, what are you doing now to batten the hatches of your humanity? Can you endure long stretches where the only one you're going to interact with is you? Some people were by themselves and they had never been by themselves and they weren't good by themselves. And so they didn't like who they were alone with. So life wasn't great and grand. And I give you this thought to say all of us have the ability to prepare and handle these storms. And for me, I want you to start thinking about where are you going to prepare? Because you can't negotiate with the storm. You can't ask it to slow down. You can't ask it not to come. You can't ask it to come back later. It's just going to get there. And when it shows up, either you're ready or you're not ready. And for me, I want to make sure I'm ready because I know that when I'm ready for the storm, I can embrace the situation. I can navigate the ups and downs. I don't have to fall apart what other people are. And that's a gift you give to yourself. One of many you can. When you can give that gift to yourself of peace, calm, and stability enough to navigate and manage the storms, man, life's a great thing to live. Because think about it. Most people live in fear of the storm. We live in fear of the losing money, live in fear of the problem that can be mitigated. So imagine if you could handle a situation where the storm isn't a problem for you. You get to live a really cool life, like an amazing life, because it's all good. And then if it is somewhat stormy and bad, you can handle it because you've been prepared for it. So prepare for the storm, my friend, because you cannot negotiate with it. If this episode stirred something in you, good. That means there's work to be done. Don't ignore it because listening is just the beginning. Because real change happens when you engage and you commit. So I invite you to join the Dark Work community inside the Dark Work app, which is where you communicate with amazing people on the same journey as you. You can find it on the App Store and the Google Play Store right now. Step into the conversations that sharpen your habits, strengthen your identity, and keep you locked in to the Dark Work.